On the north side of Chicago sits an unassuming landmark. The Green Mill has operated continuously as a bar and jazz club since 1907. But the Mill is not a museum. It is a lively, thriving, and vibrant business that today operates as a no-nonsense shrine to jazz, thanks to the vision and tenacity of one man. My name is Adam Voss. I'm a father, an entertainer, and I'm a marketing geek on the hunt for cool brands. I've only got 12 minutes to tell you about their stories in our city. This is 12 for 12. For the past 30 years, Dave Gemolo has owned and managed the Mill and booked some of the best jazz in the world. So I sat down with a Southside native to find out what makes his club so special. Were you a jazz fan before you bought the Mill?
Yeah, because I owned a Deja Vu already, and I had a jazz jam session on Sundays, so I got to know all the cats in town and stuff like that. But I wanted to open something that would be like jazz more full-time. And so my dad used to hang out here in the 30s, so that's why I came in here. I said, oh man, this place is cool. And I was reading a book called Swing to Bop by Ira Gittler. I wanted to pattern the joint after that feeling.
When you took over the bar, did you say, I've got a big plan, or have you been kind of playing it close to the vest and following your gut?
Well, no, I had a plan, like what kind of music and when, and to have the jam sessions late at night, like they did at the Clark Monroe's Uptown House and Minton's Playhouse in Harlem in the 40s, you know.
Were you cautious about the way that you handled things, like when you first took charge of the bar?
Yeah, first of all, the Green Mill's been here so long. You want to make it like it would be if it wasn't all torn apart. You're not making a retro place. It is what it is. It's just old.
The Green Mill first opened as Pop Morris's Roadhouse. In 1910, the bar was sold to a local real estate developer who renamed it Green Mill Gardens, in homage to Paris's famous Red Mill, the Moulin Rouge, where it soon became the epicenter for Chicago's pre-prohibition entertainment and boozing.
Why are people going to go to the Green Mill? There's a lot of cats that hung out here because it was cool and they were kind of pioneers and they liked the old history. But now you had to get like real people to come in that wanted to see music. It has to be a destination.
And outside of Chicago as well. Right?
Outside of Chicago, but even just outside of Uptown.
So what was this hood like in '86?
You know, it was a rough joint. So you walk in, step over a couple of drunk guys, you know, and come back and have a drink. And I remember the first night I was here, I was with the girl I was dating. We're sitting there and there's two lesbians beating each other up in the bathroom. And I go to Jerry, the bartender, you want me to break that up? He goes, let them kill each other, who cares? You know, it was a rough joint.
Pretty rough.
Yeah, everything was torn apart. Found a bunch of syringes in all the frames.
Now you have a Starbucks across the street.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of messed up, huh?
It's crazy. You're a jazz club.
Yep.
You're a cocktail lounge.
Yep.
And you're really a landmark. You're a classic.
We're all those things. Like when I say jazz club, that's like what I try to promote. But yeah, there's some people come in here to get a good drink made the right way because the bartenders know what they're doing. Some people come in here just to talk about gangsters. There's a lot of different reasons why people come in here.
I'd actually heard about it because we're quite interested in kind of prohibition places around Chicago.
Yeah, the prohibition era is such a rich source of history, and it's kind of got a raw kind of subversive edge to it. It's nice to kind of soak it up in Chicago.
The Green Mill's place in both jazz and prohibition history knows no equal. Jack Machine Gun McGurn, a well-known associate of famed gangster Al Capone, managed the club in the 20s, when tunnels under the bar were used to smuggle in booze or enable escape in the event of a raid. Legend has it, McGurn kept a table reserved for his boss and the band ready to play Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue anytime Capone entered the club.
Prohibition was amazing for the jazz age, you know, it was just unbelievable. And this is the closest thing to that exists almost anywhere in the world now. It is an amazing place, yeah.
But you guys don't have a cocktail list. You guys don't
No,
do...
you just order what you want. What do you mean? They say, give me a cocktail list. I go, what are you talking about? Just order the drink.
I don't consider myself a mixologist. I'm a bartender. You know, I make vodka tonic, I make an old fashioned, I make a Manhattan, I'll make a martini. It's a real bar, and we have wonderful music, and we're not run by a corporation. The thing about that that's good is that we're real people, and we're real people behind the bar.
So when is the bar open?
So we open at noon,
Uh-huh.
and we're open until 4 a.m. So Saturdays we're open till 5 a.m.
Every year over year, business is better than the previous year?
It's been that way, yeah. It's going very well, yeah.
Would you ever consider expanding the mill?
I mean, sometimes you got a line to get in. Well, that's not a terrible thing. And if it's slow, it doesn't look terrible. I'm doing well enough where I'm happy, and people like the joint. If you expand and something goes wrong, you got to spend all this money, you got to raise prices, the customers are pissed off, you know, just leave it the way it is. Look at it, it's perfect.
There's no merchandising?
No, if somebody wants a book of matches, we'll just write Green Mill on the plain matches. But other than that, no, we don't have anything. We have dial telephones, you know.
Have you ever considered doing that or no?
I always said if we sell t-shirts, that means things aren't going so well.
How long have you been working here at the Green Mill?
Going to be going on 18 years pretty soon, yeah. And it's nice. There's no other place like this place in the city.
Yeah.
You know, there never will be any other place like this in the city.
What's your favorite thing about working here at the mill?
Well, my favorite night is no doubt Thursday night because of the big band.
And the dancers come out.
And the dancers come out. We have a little dance floor. We open up here. It's just great.
Today, the Green Mill hosts a diverse mix of young and old, foreign and domestic, local and tourist. There are newcomers to jazz, and then there are guys like Alan April. And like Al Capone, Alan too has his own booth. Every time I've ever been here, this is your booth.
You don't want to say that to Dave. I'm allowed to sit in this seat.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is your favorite place?
I only go here. I don't care what's played. It's all creative. It's art. They're geniuses. Every one of them are geniuses.
Dave is the greatest club owner of jazz in the world, man. He's just got a good ear for the music, and he's a human being above it. You know, he's a prince among, for sure.
If you could play with anyone living or dead, who would you play with?
All the guys I did play with.
The music of the Green Mill is as timeless as the frescoes adorning its walls, and as accomplished as the legends who have taken its stage. Billie Holiday, Al Jolson, Vaughn Freeman, Clifford Jordan, among other greats, have all played this hallowed ground. What do you think of the whole idea, that the whole notion of companies, bars, clubs being a brand?
I hear that word all the time, and I don't even know what it means. People say that to me. I like your brand. Brand of what? Whiskey? I don't know. You know, I think it means like what you've created or what you're trying to be. But we're not trying to necessarily be anything. We're just a jazz club. Other places, they say, our theme is gonna be this. You know, I don't know, do your theme. What is a theme? I don't even know. If you just try to do, oh, this is the hottest thing, now let's open a bar and do that. Well, when that's over in 5 years, then what do? You got no brand. Is that the brand thing?
That's the brand thing.
Okay, I just finally figured it out after all these years. I was wondering what that meant anyway.
Well, I think you just describe it so well. When you have something that is what it is and isn't trying to be something.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's my pleasure to bring up to the microphone Mr. Adam Voss.
Adam's gonna do a little duet with me right now. Talk about sweet. We're in a song called Love and Marriage.
My dad always told me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And after more than a century of great music, good times, and stiff drinks, the Green Mill is as sturdy as an old ship sailing through time. From the weathered hands of seasoned masters to the next generation of hip, young virtuosos. And while man and musician may come and go, and the faces change in the glow of its light, the Green Mill is forever.
What else? What, Malort?
Here's to the next 30 years.
30 years more, yeah.
Cheers.
30, fucking 90.
Green Mill, ladies and gentlemen, on 12 for 12.
What else? I don't know what else to say.
I think you've said
right.
everything that I
Okay.
ever want to learn about marketing.
What's that?
I have no idea.